Man, what up, though, y'all? And as I'm sure you might have guessed it, here we go with another brother being accused of some sexual misconduct. I've gotten to the point where I feel that one or two things are going on. Either they pick the most horrible people to be in these situations and hold these positions, or everybody got a problem. But I know everybody ain't got a problem because people I run into in regular life not necessarily going through these type of situations. Is it because they broke? I don't know. And I do know a lot of weirdos. Very few of them are black. But in Hollywood or in Celebrityville, it seems like all the weirdos are black, or is that just how they trying to make it seem? But let's check this out.
And one Tyler Perry's camp calls a scam. Derek Dixon filed a lawsuit against Tyler Perry, and in the docs, he claims that he and the director met at an event back in 2019. In Derek's words, Tyler picked him out of the crowd and asked him for his phone number, suggesting that he might have a role for him.
Now listen here. If you're not auditioning for a part and somebody walks up on you and tries to put you in the movie, obviously they saw something in you. And that can mean a couple of different things. But you got to know somebody looking at you that hard in a place where they're not supposed to be looking for you, unless they're looking for you for another reason. You should at the very least be leery. I'm not going to tell you to turn down an opportunity, but I am going to tell you to pay attention to what might be attached to that opportunity. But let's go on.
As it turns out, he did. Derek says that Tyler gave him a small role in 2 episodes of a show called Ruthless. Then in January of 2020, Derek says that Tyler invited him to his Atlanta home and he accepted, hoping to build a friendship that would lead to more acting gigs. But according to the suit, while there, Derek drank too much and ended up sleeping in a guest bedroom.
Why are you popping up at places with people you don't know drinking too much? And just as a rule of thumb, your first time hanging with people, you would like to be on your best behavior because you don't know where they're coming from. So going to somebody you just start kicking it with getting too drunk, that's a bad sign on your behalf. Not to say you deserve to be taken advantage of, but that does say a lot.
In the court docs obtained by TMZ, Derek claims that Tyler got in bed with him and started touching his thighs. And although he rejected the advances that night, he claims Tyler remained interested. Shortly thereafter, Derek says that he landed the role of Dale in The Oval. Great for his career, but he claims it.
You mean shortly after you went over this man's house, got drunk and fell asleep? This man that you just met, then he gave you a role? See, stuff like that, I'm calling like red flag right there. Now, clearly, this guy Kempire may be a little bit of a homogenized milk drinker. No problem. Clearly, this white guy that's suing Tyler Perry must be a bit of a homogenized milk drinker. No problem. Clearly, Tyler Perry must indulge in the milk. And I really don't know what to say. But if a woman come over my house that I just met and she gets drunk and falls asleep, I don't know if I would be working with her afterwards, especially if she did this and we met business wise. But if we met personally and we were dealing with each other personally, I might still deal with this person personally. And that's what this kind of seems like to me so far.
It was around this time that Tyler also started firing off sexually suggestive text messages, including asking what Drew's sexual preferences were and telling him that he has sex with men. It should be noted, Tyler Perry at this particular point has never come out as homosexual. There have been a lot of rumors about him possibly being homosexual.
With all these pronouns, he, she, we, they are, and all of this stuff, I guess you do need to ask somebody if they're a man or a woman or what their preference is. Nowadays, you don't know what the hell you dealing with. So I don't know if I view that as sexual harassment. But then again, if this person works for you, then clearly, that's sexual harassment.
Tyler has never confirmed. I don't even think he's even denied it either. Derek also notes his character, Dale, was written as gay, homeless, and desperate store clerk who had to sleep with other characters for a place to stay. He claims that's exactly what Tyler told him he was looking for in a real life sexual partner.
And you still took that role? Oh man, you was with it. You was with it, Cassie.
Someone who would be loyal and dependent upon Tyler. Derek says that he feared his career would be derailed if he flatly rejected Tyler. So instead, he told him that he just wasn't the sexual type. But he was always terrified he'd lose his job if he complained of sexual harassment. To that point,
So you're not scared you'll lose your job now, or did you lose your job so now you suing?
he says that Tyler once again invited him to Atlanta later in 2020, and things allegedly took a dark turn. Derek claims that Perry greeted him warmly, but quickly started a sexually charged conversation, like asking him if he likes it rough in bed, and then grabbed Derek by the throat while saying, "Look how excited you just got."
Whoa, bro. Shout out to you, Kim Pyre. I don't know what to say about this, but you a grown ass man that's in shape in another man's house, and you let him grab you by the neck and you get excited and you ain't with it and you don't leave. I don't know what to say. You alone with this dude in this house and he asking you how you like it. It ain't no women coming out there. I don't know what to say, bro. You're supposed to leave. There is something called integrity, and it seems we're lacking that. And needing to pay your bills or whatever the case is should never overlap your integrity. You know, you should be more willing to shovel shit than take a dick in the ass if taking dick in the ass ain't what you do. And me personally, I'm not about to let uh I'm not about to let no man talk to me like that. I wouldn't give a fuck if he was 7 feet tall, 450 pounds. Hey, we just gonna, we gonna be some killing and dying in here. We ain't doing that. But that's just me. That's my integrity. That's my moral code and compass. Where is yours at? Oh, it's in this lawsuit. And then what do people get 250 million? Because let me see. Maybe he got.
He says that he pushed Tyler away, and that was the end of the alleged incident. The lawsuit includes years of text messages allegedly sent by between both men. Here's the thing. I did start to read through the text messages. I just thought to myself, I literally could go in my phone right now and change one of my contacts to Tyler Perry. However, when you file a lawsuit and then there's discovery, they can verify whether or not these text messages were between Derek and Tyler.
The thing about text messages is, I looked at some of my own text messages, like one of the mothers of my kids, we were looking for birth certificates and whatnot. And she was just talking about some of the arguments that we had, or disagreements, or things that we might have said to each other in text, and just in that moment, and in between those texts is phone calls. Man, you can grab anybody's phone and look at their text messages and find something to be appalled with. That's basically what I'm getting across. And I looked at these text messages. It kind of seemed like they both was doing a little bit of flirting. I don't really know what to say. I'm tired of seeing black men be drugged down like this by this same thing. And what we have here is basically black men are becoming a face of sexual deviancy. And what I know to be true is it's not black men doing the sex trafficking. It's not black men paying for the little kids. It's not black men taking the refugees from Cambodia and these different Asian countries and stealing little Caucasian people from Europe. It's not black men doing this. And it's not black men moving them through customs and putting them on container ships or shipping them in and out of Mexico. It's not black men doing that. It's black men go to the titty bar. It's not black men at the massage parlor where these people is working at. But we talking about all this sexual deviancy, but the politicians that's supporting and spending the money on this type of stuff, they're not being exposed. The cartels and the gangsters and the oligarchs that's making hundreds of $1 millions a year transporting human flesh, they're not being put on the news. They're making black men the face of something that we don't really have nothing to do. Now, black men being freaks, okay. Black men being able to satisfy more than one woman, okay. You know what I'm saying? Your dick too big, your woman don't want you sticking it in her every night, so you get off in the other shit. Okay, we guilty. We guilty. But when you talking about all this sex trafficking and raping, man, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's not to say it ain't black men that ain't broke them laws, but in the general sense of the thing, this is not a crime that we are the face of. But if you look on TV, we're the face of it. And this all started with you couldn't get black men to be equal on TV with nothing. The first time you saw black men equally included on TV was when they started promoting homosexuality. And they promoted us as homosexuals. Now they're making the jump to making us sexual deviants, which is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? As a black man, most of the stuff I did sexually was requested. Go figure that one. Go figure that one.
Just want to point that out. But I just said we ourselves as laymen cannot confirm or deny whether these text messages are real. Only
I mean, it really don't matter because whether the text messages are real or not, the damage has been done. So even if Tyler Perry walks away from this situation unscathed, the damage has been done. And people be like, well, let's get married. But you see wives and husbands doing this to each other. People say, well, be celibate. Well, you still got people that's going to lie on you. It's down there like we've gotten to the point now where if you're a heterosexual man and you making money, you just need to be paying prostitutes that's in your state. Don't get married, don't have a girlfriend because they going to fuck up your empire. You just need to get, that's what it's looking like to me. That's what it's looking like to me. And on that note, man, we're going to bring this to an end. They say 50 Cent responded. He defended Tyler. And that's crazy because I don't know Tyler. 50 know Tyler. 50 know Diddy too. They both helped you out. How do you make the decision to defend one and not the other? Well, I guess if Tyler was beating up niggas and taking the booty, I guess that's more respectable than Diddy beating up Cassie. I'm not sure. But shit, Fifth, you didn't choke the bitch before too. So why you shaming Diddy? You didn't trash the house before. They say you set a house on fire before. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Us judging each other publicly, like it got to stop. I ain't about to tear down Tyler because I don't know. I really don't. And if a grown man allow himself to be sexually harassed by another grown man, he is a bitch. You supposed to die about that if you don't want that. As a man. Them the rules. Them the rules. You supposed to die about that or kill about that. Not sit there and let that happen as a grown ass man. You're not a toddler, bro. You're not a toddler. And you clearly knew what you was getting into. And then let's just go back to this. What type of club was it that he met you at? We out.